Yeah, well, I guess they'll have to start fishing for something else.
Well, if they don't resume the seal hunt in Calgary, what they're hoping would happen is that tourists could visit Calgary and get on a boat with the fishermen and go out to the ice floes and see the seals in their natural habitat. Would you consider ever doing that?
Yes, I would.
We're down here getting reaction to the fact that Canada is opening a university. Would you ever consider going to a university in Canada? It's our first one.
Congratulations, Canada, on opening a university.
Thanks very much. Best of luck with your degree. In Canada, because of the separatist movement, the French separatist movement in Canada, we've decided to allow Irish Canadians to vote. Do you think that's a good idea?
Of course.
Congratulations, Canada, for allowing the Irish to vote.
Well, they're not allowed to vote as it stands right now in Quebec because of, it's Quebec and they're a very different place.
Congratulations, Canada, for allowing the Irish to vote.
Are you a professor here at Harvard?
Professor, yes.
Yes, here at Harvard.
Yeah.
Well, we're down here getting reaction to the fact that the Canadian government has decided to resume the Saskatchewan seal hunt. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's bad myself. Yeah, I'd like to see that stop.
Did you ever consider going to Regina and going on a fisherman's boat, traveling out to the ice floes and looking at a seal?
I suppose that might be a nice vacation.
So we might see you up there someday in Saskatchewan visiting the seals on the ice floes.
Who knows? Good luck.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Teaching here at Harvard.
That's right.
Thank you. We're doing a story on the fact that in Canada we have one airline. It's essentially owned by the government, but every plane they've ever operated has been a propeller plane. They've never had jets, and now in Canada they're thinking of getting jets. That's making a lot of Canadians nervous because they've never flown on one.
Okay.
Jets are a more quiet and comfortable ride.
I'd always flown domestically inside of Canada, and you could see the propeller.
Yes. And when the propeller's going and all that...
That makes you feel good.
Yes.
The jets have things that turn and...
Yeah.
For the different...
When the engine does shut down, you can at least have it rotate, auto-rotate and all that.
We don't even use them. You don't even... Well, no, maybe we do. Yeah, we do.
You think we should just stick with the propellers?
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting a second area code.
Well, see, in Canada, we're on a different clock. We've always been on a 20-hour clock, which is similar to the French. And now there's some discussion that we should finally get in line with the United States and move on a 24-hour clock.
So it's not synchronized with the U.S.?
No, because an hour of Canadian time actually has like 65 American minutes. So the problem is, using American, you come to Canada to visit, and then your bus leaves at 4:30, and then you show up for 4:30, and it's really leaving what you really on our clock 10 after 5. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I do, and I think you should go with U.S. time.
It would be very confusing. This is the first I've heard about it. I had no idea that Canada was on a 20-hour clock.
But it's actually the same amount of time, but just our minutes are longer.
Okay.
By American standards.
Well, I think it should be switched.
Yeah.
Canada, please move to the 24-hour clock.
Who's the governor now?
Thomas Vilsack.
His name's Tom Vilsack.
Tom Vilsack.
He's a lawyer by trade, I believe?
He's a lawyer.
So he's an educated man?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
The man is very smart. If he needs to know it, he knows it.
Hi, I'm Governor Tom Vilsack from Iowa. Canada, congratulations on your new 24-hour clock.
Works better on high notes.
Okay.
You know?
This one's not that good.
You are tone deaf.
I am. Because of its long history as the cheese capital of Canada, city officials are thinking of renaming the small town of Ottawa, but can't decide whether between Cheesetown or Cheddarville.
That's good. I like that.
Mayor L. Lastman of Toronto has reinstated the Toronto polar bear hunt. We're telling people about that. We're showing them this petition, and we're asking them to read it.
To Mel Lastman, Mayor of Toronto, Canada.
We, the undersigned, are strongly opposed to your plan to reinstate the Toronto polar bear slaughter.
We find this to be naive and uneducated approach. We find this to be a naive and uneducated approach to what is clearly a serious environmental issue. I am doing recruitment stuff for Green Corps. It's a field school for environmental organizing.
I'd be happy to sign it.
Okay, that'd be great. Actually, did you hear that the Prime Minister, Tim Horton, just got a double-double.
I don't know what a double-double is.
That means he has support of both sides of the Congress in Canada.
Wow.
What are you studying?
Politics.
Oh, yeah?
I'm studying political economy here at Princeton. And congratulations to Prime Minister Horton on his double-double.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck. You're a professor here at Princeton?
Yes, I am.
That's fantastic.
All right. To Mel Lastman, Mayor of Toronto, Canada. We, the undersigned, are strongly opposed to your plan to reinstate the Toronto polar bear slaughter.
We find this to be a naive and uneducated approach to what is clearly a serious environmental issue.
Thank you very much.
All right. You want me to sign?
Yes, please. So how long have you been a professor here at Princeton?
Since 1960.
The campus at Berkeley. It all began here. The very name is synonymous with student revolution, free speech, and free thought. Students did not come here looking just for a piece of paper. They came here for one reason and one reason only: a higher education. Canada's new Prime Minister, Jean Chrétien, is one of the few black leaders in the G7. He's Canadian-African.
I believe that diversity is very important, especially in government.
Finally, the industrialized nations are getting to a point where they can elect a minority, and it's nice that it's happening in our own hemisphere.
So you were happy to see him elected?
Yes, I was.
Canada just elected a new Prime Minister, and he happens to be of Chinese-Canadian descent. So his name is Jean Chrétien. Jean Chrétien?
I think it's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're happy to see when the recent G7 meeting, Jean Chrétien up there?
Sure.
I think it's a great progressive thing for Canada.
So speaking as a political science student, I guess you're happy to see that Canada's Prime Minister is a Chinese-Canadian?
Yeah, I hope that America follows with that.
In Canada, we just built our longest suspension bridge. It's named after the Prime Minister, Peter Manns, so we call it the Peter Manns Bridge. Lately, it seems that every week a special interest group is crawling up on the top of Peter Manns Bridge and protesting. As a result, the government is thinking of making it illegal for anyone to go on top of Peter Manns Bridge. What do you think? Do you think that we should make this illegal, or that's a legitimate form of protest?
Actually, protest is the matrix for change.
They do get a lot of attention. I mean, once, the first time a protester crawled up on the, Peter Manns Bridge's head, it got a lot of attention.
Definitely. I would say that that's why they're doing it.
The government shouldn't be allowing people to get up on dangerous places like that, I would think.
So basically, if you happened to, if the world was a different place, you were born in Canada, and you were protesting, you could find yourself up on top of Peter Manns Bridge?
I'm scared of heights. I'm not likely to go on the top of Peter Manns Bridge.
We found it quite fascinating the way that you guys held an election, and there was confusion about who voted for who, especially here in the state of Florida. And we're wondering if there's any discussion of adapting a Canadian system, like a prop style of voting. So it's the pine cone bark system, and if you're voting for the guy who's in power, you put a pine cone in the box. And if you're voting for the guy who's not in power, you put a piece of birch bark in the box. And that way there's no confusion.
I don't know, I think it sounds better than what we were doing.
Would you like the birch bark pine cone system? I mean, it's simple.
If that's the easiest thing to do, why not?
Like all those pictures of people examining the vote to determine, well, you don't have to examine a pine cone and a birch bark.
I agree.
It might sound odd, but there's no confusion whatsoever who you're voting for.
I think it's got merit to that. We can do that here.
In 30 years of democracy, we haven't had a single recount.
Actually, it couldn't be any worse than Chads and Dimples and...
Yeah, there's none of that. There's no Chads, there's no Dimples, there's no punch cards.
Probably more ecologically sound.
I mean, the only problem we have in Canada is that after, say, 1,000 people have voted, that's very heavy. You get 150 pine cones, where's a couple of kilometers?
I'm sure we can deal with that.
Canada is thinking about getting a navy because Canada are allies with the United States, and if the U.S. gets in any trouble, we'd like to have a navy and help out. But a lot of people in Canada now are saying this is a really stupid idea because Canada doesn't have any access to the ocean, so why the hell would we have a navy? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think we should have a navy, or do you think it makes no sense at all?
Well, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Do you think it makes sense? I don't know.
Well, no, I don't, personally, but then I'm a journalist, so I'm supposed to be unbiased.
I would say no. I'd say no.
But do you think there's any point in Canada having a navy if we don't have any access to ocean?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'd stick to the air then if you don't have water.
We don't have harbors for a navy.
Oh. Well, that's a good point, but I think if you can do it, everybody needs a navy.
Right.
Because you never know. I mean, look what we're going through right now.
Maybe you could build a harbor.
Or we would have to keep our Canadian Navy in a U.S. port.
That would be really very good. Good trade relations.
You don't need a navy. Just use the Americans. We'll help support you.
So do you think it's kind of a dumb idea for Canada to get a navy if we don't have access to the ocean?
No, I think they should still have a navy regardless.
But we'd have to park our ships in U.S. ports.
So we're all on the same side, aren't we?
Have you heard about the Genome Project?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Now, in Canada, students in Canada academically have always tested lower than students in the United States. And like when I was a student, this is something that we were always told to be ashamed of, and we were always striving to do as well as our American counterparts. Now, because of this Genome Project, these scientists are saying that 80% of Canadians are technically developmentally delayed. So basically, you know, in the old days, they'd say retarded. In the old days, now they say it's developmentally delayed. Now, the question is whether or not Canadians should be embarrassed about this or whether Canadians should just embrace it and celebrate it as part of their culture.
I think it's something you should celebrate. Whatever you have is something that you should celebrate.
You are what you are, and everybody should be able to make themselves into something fine.
You can always find the good side of something that is not quite up to par.
No, I think you should try to do something about it.
Right.
Try to improve would be a natural course.
So do you think that if this is the facts, though, do you think we should celebrate it?
Maybe it's the environment or from...
So right, so it could just be the fact that we're Canadian, it's our environment, makes us test as if we're slightly retarded.
It seems to say that it's not the genes.
Be happy with what you are.
Okay, thanks very much.
Congratulations on the success of Canada, a retarded people's history.
Is this a joke?
No.
It's not?
No.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
All right.
Really?
No.
Really?
2001.
This is a joke, isn't it?
No.
That's a joke.
It's not. It's not. Why would you say that? The big news story this week is that Chief Gordon Lightfoot, Canada's native chief, is reasserting his people's treaty rights to hunt rhinoceros in northern Saskatchewan. The question is, should Canada honour its treaty with Chief Gordon Lightfoot? I mean, we did sign the treaty about 150 years ago.
Of course.
I just don't think you should abuse it,
right?
And put an animal to extinction.
Well, if it's a managed rhinoceros hunt, do you think it'd be okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Well, if it's not going to deplete the herd, and if they're going to die and get stuck in streams like elk do out in Colorado, where I'm from, then kill them.
I still say no.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Save the rhinoceros?
Yes, they're cute.
As you know, in the States, they're going to bring back the dollar coin. Now, in Canada, we've had a dollar coin for about 7 years. About 2 years ago, we brought in a $2 coin, and now we're introducing a $5 coin. Our $1 coin is called the loonie. The $2 coin is called the toonie. Now we're about to introduce the $5 coin. It has a maple leaf on it and a wooden texture, so people have taken to calling this coin the Woody.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting your first Woody.
We're doing a story on the fact the Canadian government has decided to do away with the Union Jack. We're actually going to have our own flag now. We're pretty excited about that. There's a couple of designs. One is kind of a hockey puck, a moose head, a flag with a fish, and another one is a maple leaf. What do you think?
I would say the hockey puck.
You go with a hockey puck?
Yeah, Canada and hockey.
Moose head.
The hockey puck.
I have to say the hockey puck.
I think the hockey puck might work, though.
Yeah?
Of course, the hockey puck. I mean, that's what y'all are known for, isn't it?
So here we are on location at NAPTI. Now this is where all the big TV companies come and they basically sell their TV shows and give away lots of food. If you look over here, you see a company called Cluster TV, and they got a full bar there, and the food is all free.
You're watching Jean Chrétien on Bumbling Through what?
Jean Chrétien, who is the mayor of Burlington, Ontario, is a big fan of Baywatch, and in fact has declared Baywatch Days again this year.
Thank you, Jean Chrétien, for declaring Baywatch Days.
You're watching Jean
Chrétien. So your show is called A Perfect 10?
We have a game show that's called Perfect 10. We also have